Well, hello, my fellow car maulers. How are you doing today? We got another episode because you see who I got right here, Mr. Fred Henry. Got him over there from West Coast, Georgia. What are you? West Coast? West Coast. West Georgia Rods and Customs.
How about West Georgia Rods and Customs?
There we go. Thank you. Oh, my goodness. I slaughtered it all. Let's go back and start over again. No, I'm kidding. We're going to show what a fool I am. Anyway, hey, we got another episode of Bench Racing with Fred and Luka. Yeah.
That's right. Man, I tell y'all what, everybody, we really do appreciate it. We've had a great time doing these. This is episode 3 now, and we've had a great response with everyone. 3. Yeah, something like that. At least it's not number 1.
No.
Number 1 was great. We had a lot of response.
We did. Yes, we did.
Then episode 2 came out, and I tell y'all what, we got some surprises for y'all tonight. Well, actually 2 surprises. The one that we bitch raced last time, which was born on episode 2.
Yeah, and that would be the Chevy 2.
We did the old Chevy 2, the old AMT 66 Chevy.
Love that kit. 2. Loves it a lot.
This is great. You hear what? Hey, listen. You hear that? I wonder if I got the power of the throttle still.
Let's see.
Well, I'll tell y'all what. Golly, man, I shook that one. Last time I couldn't shake paint on it. But I think the throttle of the power is going to pay off with that right there.
Man, that model is red.
It is red. It is better known as Pappy Red.
That looks cool.
But we finished it up. That
is one high boy.
It's a high boy. It's what we said. LC, we called it a street freak, and I've had fun building these.
Yeah, you've been doing a few street freaks.
Yeah, this one is I tell you, it's just been a kit. It's been a kit bash, but it's just been a culmination of a couple of just few parts from this build, or from this kit, that kit, but everything is pretty much box stock. I've had people asking me if it was actually the gasser kit from I think Movia.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. This one is just the regular old 66 AMC.
Look busy, Fred. Look busy.
The boss is in. Man, I tell you what, we are busy. Man, I tell you, Felix going to be, there's the boss. Look busy. Uh-oh.
Man, and now he's coming in with guns.
Get to work.
Man. Yeah, holy cow.
Man.
That's some pressure to work under.
That's some pressure to work right there.
People say, man, the boss is just putting a gun to my head.
I think your raise just went out the window. Mine too, probably. So
we're done. We're done.
Maybe BG's getting a raise.
I don't know, man. BG, we had a couple. I think late last week we had we kind of had a little business luncheon with the boss, and I'll tell you what, I'm gonna have to show this right there. BG,
oh, man.
He wasn't. You can see the look on BG's face, can't you?
Yeah. The bill for the toilet probably came in after the tacos left. After y'all finished up the tacos.
Yeah. That was a.
But I tell y'all what. Getting back to this subject here, this has been. It was a fun build. What I'm going to do is, everybody. I mean, if you see it right here. I'm going to have we're going to set it right over here out of the way so I don't drop it or knock it off or anything.
No, don't.
But I'm going to post pictures on the Luka C Facebook page of the final build and everything. It's got all the detailed glamour shots on it. So be looking for that. I'll try to get a video up this weekend on my channel, which is Fred Henry at West Georgia Rods and Customs. And we'll do a final spin on it on the big turntable, and everybody can get a look at it. And
definitely.
Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what you think. This thing was born on bench racing, and it debuts on bench racing.
Debuted, and it's a winner, man. And you're going to be taking it to the next show you go to, right?
Yes, sir. Next show. Speaking of, that's one of the reasons why our schedules has not been agreeing with both of our schedules.
Yeah.
Since I think it was the last episode, we were headed to Hope It Don't Snow, if I remember.
Oh, that's right. Yes, Hope It Don't Snow.
But it's been a busy show schedule. We had in January we had JaxCon. February we had Hope It Don't Snow over in where the heck was that? Spartanburg, South Carolina. Let's see, in March there was Atlanta Cons, and then it's just been a culmination of a lot of shows. Man, I tell you what, he is.
Oh, he got me.
Got me.
It's actually kind of hot right now.
Oh man.
What about Fred here?
I don't. I'm working, boss.
Oh,
bushes, boss.
Don't shoot the camera.
Oh man, that's great.
So what was that? You're planning on?
Yep. May the 20th. This build and a few other of my builds will be at the. Let's see. We're going to Simpsonville, South Carolina, for the South Carolina Modelers Association's IPMS show at Simpsonville, South Carolina. So I'll have this old red gasser for Street Freak. It'll be there with about 3 or 4 of my other builds. So anybody that's in that location, May the 20th, stop by, say hello, let us know what you think about this build.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm sure there'll be some pictures taken of it.
There'll be a few, I hope. Maybe one or two.
Yeah, definitely. I am just. Oh, he's just shooting me bad. Oh, geez. It's really hot here in Phoenix, and it don't feel that bad.
Really?
It doesn't.
We've had a mild spring here in Georgia. It's matter of fact, we've been walking in. I have to walk into work with a light jacket on, but coming out in the afternoon,
really,
it's been real cool. So it's been really unseasonable for Georgia. But just wait, the weather will change.
How cold does it get there for you?
In the mornings, it's been mid 40s, 40s. I think we had 43. The other Monday morning was 38. It was cold.
And so oh wow, yeah. See, we still got some pretty nice mornings. Like I went out and worked out in my shop, did some resin casting this morning, and it was pretty. I stayed out there. I want to say till about noon, and I had the AC on. It was okay. It was starting to get warm, but it wasn't too bad. But our hot seat, like right now, it's really hot outside.
Yeah,
we're already starting to see 100-degree weather here.
Wow.
How hot does it get there in Georgia?
It can be 90 degrees, but it'll feel 110 with the humidity.
Oh boy,
you can cut it like a knife. I mean, it's just terrible when it can be like 95 in the mid 90s, but it's golly, it's just hard to breathe. So
really?
We just
you get really bad humidity there, huh?
Yeah. It ain't a dry heat like out there on your end.
They are kind of ruining our dry heat out here with the transplanting of grass and all the golf courses too, and the watering and trees, and from that are not native to the desert here, and it's causing humidity to go up here in Phoenix too. But nothing like what you got to deal with. No, sir.
Like I say, I can put enough clothes on in the winter, but during the summer when it gets like that, people pay me to keep my clothes on because I'll.
Please. Oh man. Well,
what we're going to bench race?
We are going to bench race. I'm sure people kind of already know. It's in the thumbnail and just has to be over my the Revell 69 Camaro.
V28 RS.
I tell you, when that kit came out in 1990.
Yep.
it has been one of my favorites for a long time. And as you can see, I've got 4 sitting here and I got these 2 sitting here. I took down to kind of like show some things and do some bench racing with, but I still have, let's see if I get out of the way. You see right here is where I usually keep them. You see there's some empty spots right there.
Oh, I see that organizational.
I still got a couple more of them here. So I have a total of that many. I have about 7 of them right now. Not too obsessed. Yeah, it's a great kit. And you owned a real 69 Camaro. I had a couple of first gens. I had a 68 Firebird, and I had, in high school, I had a buddy of mine who had a 69 Camaro that I absolutely loved and almost bought it off of his back. Jeez, with a bigger gun.
With a bigger gun. Oh my gosh.
Oh jeez.
He is we're gonna both get fired.
Yeah, big time.
Are they gonna find any replacements maybe?
I don't think he's concerned about that. He has other ways of generating income, I think. But yes, yeah. I mean, I have always been in love with the 69 Camaro. Who isn't? When this kit came out, man, it's dead nuts on, isn't it?
Yeah, it was, and I'm gonna piggyback on the conversation you and Jason over at Blue Ox Models, which was a great interview. I mean,
thank you. Yeah, that was
Jason. Fun. Jason's just an awesome contributor as far as to the YouTube content creators.
Oh, he is.
On his channel. He's an awesome builder. I had the pleasure at JacksCon. Me and Matthew, we got to hang out together, all 3 of us. And just great. We had a great time, but I'm really looking forward to getting to see him again. But I was, he was talking about the 69 Camaro, the monogram. I think it was his first kit. I think that he said he built, and it was the old, the old misconfigured one that everybody's kind of like, wow.
Oh yeah,
what's up with this?
I mean, it was great until this came out.
Until this one came out, and then it's just the details. Now, me owning, and I know you've owned a first gen Camaro. I've owned a first gen Camaro, and you look at when you look at what you've been hands on with it, and I've been with this particular kit here. I mean, everything on it is so accurate, and it's just
it is. I mean, all the way down to the thing that always pops in my mind about this kit. The thing that impressed me from the minute I saw it was the front subframe.
Right.
I mean, where it bolts. I mean, just the way it is at the ends, way it bolts in to the floor.
Just
they
right in here
nailed it.
Yes, they nailed it. Even the floor pan right in here.
The floor pan is dead on.
Is accurate.
And that they have the on the side, they have the rockers are perfect. The start of the rockers right there at the end. That is actually more of the body. Like, and since we're showing this was the first release right here. If any of you remember Hot Rod Magazine, they did the Yanko Camaro, and then which had a big block, and then shortly after they came out with the Z28 with the small block and hideaway headlights. So they would do something different, but with the same kit. And then they came out with, remember this one?
Oh yeah, Skip's Fiesta, the big 427.
Yeah, this one had the
hideaway
big block and hideaway headlights, but it had that L88 hood. I'm saying that right?
Yeah, L88.
L88 hood and side pipes too, mind you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then they repop that into some convertibles. The 69 Indy pace car. They did that.
The Indy pace car.
I did not pull that one down tonight. Crap! No. And I built that one as a Pro Street also.
Oh, I got something. Oh, that's one to show in a moment. I won't do that, but yeah, like that underside here, like this portion right here. In here, that's really the body. That's the bottom of the rockers right there.
That's the bottom of the rockers.
There's the
right
pinch
there.
weld right there. So this would technically be painted body color right here.
Yeah, all the way down to there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And but yeah, that's my camera kind of stinks, but like right there, that when I saw this, I've been underneath these so many times.
Me too.
It's like everything about that. It is just absolutely dead nuts on. And they just knocked it out of the ballpark with this kit.
Yep. Now Brendan White and I was having that's Mile High scale models there. We were having a nice conversation today about this particular kit.
Oh yeah.
We were conversing about the color of the body, which this particular kit right here was molded in a metallic blue.
It was sometimes.
Yep, it was. Yep. Sometimes. Right. And what you're fixing to pull out is the other sometime.
Let's see. I actually kind of oddly, and let's see what I got. I got some. Oh yeah, here we go. See how metallic and dark that is?
Yep.
But if you notice, I have, and there's our underside.
Yep.
Because my kits are so rated and mismatched, I just so happen to have the interior from the other shots that they did, so you could see the difference.
Oh yeah, there. Yep, a lot of difference.
Yeah, but this is very, because I don't like the one you have right here. That's what this goes to.
That's what that came out of, right?
And this doesn't have any metallic in it, does it? No.
But
go on.
The only other kit that I know that is that heavy metallic blue like that is the Revell monograms heavy Chevy Chevelle.
Like that. Yeah, they did it. And so they kind of did that with this, because it's, if you can see, I mean, you could literally, like actually this one, except it got a little bit messed up. I don't see any swirls in the plastic. You can literally buff this one up.
I was thinking you could clear coat it.
Yeah, it would look beautiful.
Yep.
It would look absolutely beautiful.
But as far as for accuracy, I mean, just like we were talking about up on the frame itself, the cal induction hood for this car, for this
my goodness,
is just beautiful.
It is. And the grills, I like the standard grill. I don't really like the hideaway headlight one. And it was cool. This kit came with both grills.
Yeah, it comes with the standard as well as the hideaway headlight one.
Yep. And then let's see if look, I found the engine I had going.
There's the 3.0. No, is that the big block?
That's the big block.
That's the fat motor.
Yeah, even though this is in the Z28 kit. That's not the block from this kit. Like I said, my kit, you can see there's different colors in here. I raid myself.
Yeah. But I've still got the parts, the chrome tree from mine. But I've got the hideaway. Well, I've got both. Yeah. So I've got the hideaway headlight ones here, which I'm going to be using on this particular one. But it's not going to have it's not going to have a small block. We'll talk about that as we get it more into the bench racing. But like I said earlier, and let me see if I still got the power of the throttle with me.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, this one did. Look at that. What
bang, bang, boom.
Pro Streeted it too. Man, I shook the Pro Street into that one.
Oh, you did.
But this is the same kit right here. Yeah.
The Pro Street right in it.
I shook the Pro Street, but it's this is kind of this is the way my car, before I went real stupid with it, with the big block and all that. This is how it originally started out, with the deck stripes, a small block engine, and of course the big fats in the back with a 4-link. Yeah. And but that car went through so many transformations. I know you and I were talking about this particular one that I'm fixing to start. Am I going to Pro Street it like my old car? And I was like, I've already got this one, but one of these days I will be doing that.
Ah, that's cool. Now we talk about, so I this everything I'm open. I didn't pre-look at things, so I just got a little bit of a surprise. I had absolutely forgotten that I was building this model.
Wow!
I totally forgot about this.
You're welcome.
Jeez, I forgot I was building a Dave Strickler car. Nothing else is done, but
yeah.
It's back in days when I would that, and this was a big problem why I never finished stuff. Is I'd paint the body, and okay, now I know what it looks like.
Okay, I don't want to build no more.
This is old Fred Katie decals, but
yep,
I haven't shot clear on it yet and sealed those decals in. But holy cow, I might have to throw this one together, huh?
I was about to say
I got a little bit of schmutz right there, but I think I could get that off.
Yeah, you can get a little schmutz remover for that.
Yeah. Wow. I think I might have to do something about this.
Resurrect something here going forward.
Resurrect before it even needed to be resurrected.
Yep.
Bring it back. But, this kid is just so stellar.
We and what really the inspiration to why I drug this kid out, Jason over at Blue Ox is matter of fact, we're gonna give him a little plug on this tonight. He is hosting the Street Machine group build on YouTube. So if you're not subscribed to Jason, get subscribed to him. Blue Ox Models, right there. And it works. I got my power now.
You always had.
I got all kind of power. I got the power of the throttle. I can shake stuff up like Tim Brown and get it to come out of the box. I can pop it and go, this is what this right here is going to look like.
Absolutely.
But anyhow, Jason is hosting the Street Machine, and I told him, I said, dude, count me in on this. I finished the Nova Gasser, I think last week, and when he announced this, I was like, yep, count me in. So I started looking for kits, and I was like, but there's always a story to a lot of my builds. And this particular one right here, when he said Street Machine, everybody goes, Pappy's going to build a Pro Street. Nah, I'm going to build a clean Street Machine, just like some kid would, either in high school or after he's got his first job and he's going to, start buying pieces. And, this is what I did. I spent Sunday when it was raining here digging out tires.
Oh, here we go. We're tire stuffing.
I found me a nice set of 15 by 10 center lines.
Nice.
We're gonna tuck those up under under it. We're not gonna leave them out stupid. We're gonna tuck them up under there a little bit. Boss is fixing to put a gun to your head again.
No, he already took a shot.
I gotcha. Yep. And then we're gonna put the same things. We're gonna, I like to keep my tire combinations the same, front and rear. But we're gonna be using what would be maybe G60s in the back,
right?
And a set of 78s in the front, and we'll just be doing these. Front and rear.
Yeah, that look cool.
Yeah,
I remember I had that on that setup on my 71 Camaro, and then I took those wheels and tires and I put them on my 68 Firebird. Yeah, and then I sold them. With the 68. I think I did. I sold them with the 68 Firebird.
I never could.
Traeger SSs with G60s on the back. Very square bias ply. Yeah, that was hard to find in the 90s.
It was. The matter of fact, that's what these tires are right here. They're a set of Firestone bias plies, so they're real boxy. So they'll fit up under there well. I did while I was out there shopping around in the shop Sunday. I found a set of 5-spoke mags. Yeah. And I thought, man, let me try that. And I tossed it around. I was like, nah, I don't really want to use these. I want to save these for another build. So going with the center lines is probably what I'm going to go in that direction with that.
Yeah.
Power plant. We always talk about the power plant.
Got to talk about the power plant.
Power plant's always a must. And anybody that follows my channel knows I don't send nothing out of this shop unless it's got the big fat motor in it.
Yep. Big elephant motors.
Put the big fat
mountain motors
on there. So guess what I go and rob? I go to the old AMT Pro Street Revell, 67 Revell, and I rob one of my 25 kits that I've got, maybe. I'm take a motor out of it, and that's going in here, and it fits very well. It's a 120. These are 125th scale.
Yeah, they're all 20.
There's no difference in the engines.
But that engine that comes out of the AMT 67 Chevelle is outstanding looking.
It is.
It's outstanding looking.
You cannot beat this engine on accuracy. The only drawback that I hate is it's got the hole in the valve cover, which the oil pan. But hey, by the time you can either cover it up with some styrene, plug it, sand it, or that's going to go over the cross member anyhow, so you'll never see it. Yeah. But it fits very well. The valve covers look 100% accurate. Even the headers that come. Let me put that.
Those are the best headers.
These are awesome.
Those are the best headers.
But it's
I've used those on so many of my big block Chevy cars.
Yep, me too. I actually pulled the headers. These headers were pulled out. I was going to use them on the Brodix engine on the Nova, and they didn't fit well in there. And I told everybody earlier on episode 2 that I was going to do the side dumps out the back, the front of the tires or back front tires. And the ones that I printed up didn't fit well, so I had to eliminate them. I went through a header frenzy trying to find a set that would fit it. So, to no avail. I ain't going to tell everybody where I robbed them from, but if you'll take a set of, the stock headers for the small block Chevy, they fit very well on that Brodix engine. So, I got a set of small block headers on a big block engine. So,
I won't tell. Nobody's going to. Hey, man, that's a beautiful thing about model cars.
It is. Make it fit. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, make it fit. Headers can be like one of the biggest challenges in a build too.
Oh. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I don't know. Well, my biggest, and I don't know, everybody out there, they ask me all the time, where do you come up with colors? And it's kind of hard to come up with a color each time. This one's molded in blue, and it's hard to paint. Let's say if I wanted to change this to a white, that would be very hard to change it to white because you get a lot of bleed through unless you're, dependency upon what you're spraying. If you got a primer sealer or anything like that. Normally, if I was going to say paint this red, I would spray it silver first.
Yeah.
That keeps any of the blue from, permeating through. And then I would go.
Silver seems to create a barrier.
Yeah, you got to create that barrier. And then if I was going to do it red, I would come over the silver with the Tamiya pink primer. If I really want that red to be radiant, and then hit it with the Italian red or something like that, or the bright red Tamiya. But this one is not going to get the courtesy of any red. It will be a red, but I'm going to do we're going to spray the entire body down with the Tamiya gold. And then I'm going to take some clear red, and I'm going to go lightly dusting over that, and we're going to have a candy red.
Nice. That should look pretty cool.
And behind the story, I always say there's a story behind my builds. I had a close friend of mine when I was in Push Rod's car club in this local town where I grew up at. He had a 69 Camaro just like this. We grew up together, and his name was Tim Hunter. It was just the beautifulest 69, had the center lines on it, had a big 396 in it. There's going to be a hole punched through right here for the 2 high-rise, only high-rise, no blower. We're doing this as a budget build. So, I'm building this kind of like when we were kids. But we're going to have the high-rise intake that come out of the 67 Chevelle kit. 2 4s sitting on top, and maybe put some jewelry, probably pull some Protec air cleaners on top of that.
Oh yeah, so, that'd be cool.
But this one's getting born on bench racing. So everybody stay tuned.
Yeah, we will have to. We will have to. That's cool. Well, I got an interesting one to show, but I tell you what, they're telling us that our time is running out for this session, so we're going to take a quick break here. And when we come back, then I'm going to show you guys something that it's kind of funny that we're bench racing this, because I was having a conversation with BG today about a certain show that's coming up here in the Southwest. And then I got another friend of mine said, hey, you got a place to stay. So I'm going, okay. BG and Mrs. BG said, you got a ride. So I'm going to go to the IPMS Nationals up in Vegas in August. And I thought, man, I need to bring something special. And I said something, and BG agreed with me, and he says, you should do it. That was the exact thing I was thinking of. And I will, and it just happened to be this model kit. So when we come back, I'm going to show you what I got rolling.
Back in a few.
See you in a few.
Welcome back, everybody. Hope you get you a long drink.
All right, before I talk about my project, again, digging through these boxes I haven't looked in for a while, another little surprise I found, something really cool. Take a look at this. You see, it's a weird color, right?
Yeah. That. I see a fat tub in the back. Hey, that's resin.
This was a resin chassis that I used to sell. And I will be bringing it back. I tried to cast, this old mold is just shot. So I have the master still. I got to do a little bit of fixing on it, but
yeah,
you can look at it. I not only tubbed it, you know what tubs these are, right?
I sure do. That's the Chevaux. I mean, the Nova.
The Nova.
Nova one.
I use the Nova tubs. I love the Nova tubs in this.
Yeah, the short wheelbase, those work perfect.
Yep, and it's already contoured to fit into the body real well. And then I also have the subframe connectors added in.
Oh wow, look at that. Man, that's cool.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
And by the way, the reason why this was in my kit, this is actually a bad one. This was one that I wouldn't send to a customer. So I keep it for myself.
Yeah.
So I will be coming out with these again soon.
Awesome.
I want to do a lot of other things, and then you see, even like this, as I kept the rocker panel, the body goes.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So it fits in there real nice. And I saw this. Oh, yeah. I totally forgot I had one of these. I was like, again, I found the mold, and I just broke it putting it in, but it's.
Oh man.
Yeah, I broke it right there, but I could fix that. But yeah.
Yeah, that's
pops in. See how it just fits up in there in the.
Yep.
So yeah, I found the mold. I tried to cast it a couple times. It wasn't good. So I'm gonna make a new one. I have the master. I'm gonna do a new one. But yeah, that's just cool. But I started working on a car many years ago, probably like I'd say 12 years ago. There was a race team back in the 90s I really got a kick out of. A bunch of different sportsman cars that what was it? It was Valvoline had a let me look at it because I'm cheating here. It was oh yeah, Pyroil. Remember when they came out with their Pyroil products?
Yeah.
And then they had all these sportsman guys they sponsored, and they painted all their cars black.
Right.
And there was a guy who ran Stock Eliminator, I think, with a Chevelle. There was a Super Gas Vega. There was a bunch of different cars. And there were two different race cars that were, I don't know what class they were, like they're stock or super stock, but they were 69 Camaros. And I loved what they looked like. Now, I'm not building an exact replica of it, but you remember? I showed this on a video. Let's see.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
see if my
the power
camera will. focus in. Of course, it won't. And I painted this. This is all PPG Global base coat black, which is like, and it was the black that I used was toner black, so it's like really black.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a lot of depth to it.
Yeah, really. And then I used PPG clear on this, and these are Slicks decals. And I just did this up, and I always like, I don't know if you can see what that is. That's a BRE. BRE was a local, still is a local here in Arizona, and I always like that they don't have that logo anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But they're a local racing engine shop here in town.
Wow.
Beck Racing Engine. Actually got to sit down and talk with him quite a few times. I went and tried to get a job there, and he interviewed me, but I didn't get the job. So I must not impressed him. But yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. Anyways, I just envisioned this, and this is not really a super stock car. I was kind of like making more of like a bracket racer sportsman car or something.
Yeah.
Like that, because I wanted to go with this Outlaw hood that I just dropped on the ground. Hold on a moment.
Everybody gets to see his face.
I hope. Oh, it's in good shape. Ooh, look at that thing. Okay, so that is a resin Outlaw hood that I used to make.
I was about to ask that.
Yeah, I make this. I actually will be making it again. I'm going to put it on here, and it's not aggressively tall, but it's a little bit taller. I wanted to have that on there. I'm going to put it in there before I destroy it. Yeah. And so I got this thing going, and I thought I'd go a little different, and I went with like a gold interior. I made that roll cage. That's all scratch.
Mm-hmm.
We're going with a 4-speed on this baby. So this is going to be a gear jammer.
Gear jammer.
And let's see what else we got here. I have here's the chassis going right there. I got kind of that was a resin piece I made. I got a Dana 60 rear end in here. This is actually, it's resin, but this is the Dana 60 out of the flip nose Monte Carlo, the flip nose Malibu. And this was one of those TA girdle type rear end things that I used to cast that, which I can do it again. Just doing a whole bunch of stuff. I removed the gas tank, and I did what it looks like above the gas tank on the floor. And of course, you got to have
drag.
Those are from the Bob Glidden's Pro Stock.
Yeah, from the Bob Glidden well wheels.
Yeah. And so let's see if I can get this all in here without breaking anything. And we're going to try to get that kind of look going.
Oh, yeah.
So I figured I've been wanting to get this model done. I got a big block for it. And I don't know, do I have the big block in here? I don't know. Yep, here we go. Yeah, am I going big block? Yep, I do believe so.
That's a big fat motor.
Let's see. Can we get you guys to see this? There we go.
There it goes.
Look at them. Man. You know where those valve covers come from?
I sure do.
Tell me what they come from.
Moroso.
Those are the ones out of the Revell 67 Chevelle.
Yeah, the Revell. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then that carburetor is a modified. Look at those the boosters in the Venturi.
Yeah,
that was a resin carburetor I used to do, but it was based out of a carburetor that was in the remember the Revell ASA kits?
Yep.
American Speed Association stock cars.
Yep.
And this thing even has, I don't know, will we be able to see that? We got some photo etch going on there of the linkage.
Yeah, off the linkage, yeah. Yeah, those were some awesome valve covers. I've got a set floating around here somewhere because I've got the body. Actually, I built a gasser. Maybe that'll be one. That we can bench race. You know, we talk about these 67 Chevelles. You know, we talk about the AMT Pro Street one.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, if you've got a Revell 67 Chevelle Pro Street kit, you got something.
Yes, you do.
And if I ain't mistaken, LC, I think We'll pull that one out. Maybe we'll do that. But
we'll have
also,
to, yeah.
Also, folks, if y'all have got a kit, and we got a lot of material, from comments where everyone has said, "Hey, bench race this." We're still taking notes. We're writing.
Oh yeah, definitely. We listen to you guys.
Yeah, and we've had some folks.
You're the customer
asking about the Camaros, asking about the Willis Gassers. Had some folks asking about the Chevelles, 67 Chevelle. So, but y'all let us know.
Yeah, definitely. But that Chevelle's pretty cool.
It is. You know, there's the Revell one. Going back on the history of it, I was told that is actually the Arcadian.
A what?
Arcadian Chevelle, one that was sold up in Canada.
Oh, really?
That's what I've heard. I don't know 100%, but a lot of the cars that crossed over the Canadian border, they had different looks about them.
Well, just I know stuff that
went overseas.
A lot of those, like the Arcadian or the Beaumont, was the Chevelle. The Arcadian was the Nova, I think it was. Nova, yeah. But the way they made them, they would like change the grill a little bit to look a little more Pontiac-ish. Because from what I understand, and you people up north can tell us if we're right, was because they didn't have Chevy dealerships back then. They were like GM dealerships, so it was mostly Pontiacs they sold up there or something like that. Mm-hmm. Yep. So they had to be able to sell them at Pontiac dealerships, but I could be totally talking out of my. It's what I heard.
I heard. I had a friend of mine. His dad owned a Pontiac dealership up in the Maryland, Pennsylvania area, and he said that a lot of cars that went across to Canada, the reason they sold the bigger body cars up there was that they went through the snow better.
Yeah.
I mean, they needed something heavier. They didn't want these little light cars up there that would, slide off or something like that. So they were really wanting these big old boat anchors up there. Yeah. And you got to know. And they were able to get around on them.
And you got to know the Canadians up there. They're not. It's not like here in the U.S. We have states we could escape from that. No matter where you live in Canada, you're going to get snow.
Yeah,
I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm going to have a Canadian yelling at me here.
Oh Lord, please
no. The comments are for us. Tell us what you think.
That's right. Yeah,
Pat Redmond, he's going to start screaming at me.
I know. Yeah, you know how Mr. Drama and Mr. Drama here.
Yeah. No, I am, aren't I? I'm always blowing my face off.
Yeah, please don't. That's going to be awesome. Is that the one you're thinking about carrying to the Las Vegas?
Yeah, like BG and I were talking earlier today, and I said, if I'm going to go, because I'm going to go between Steve from Value Gear. I don't know if you know who that is. He does resin casting of like sturridge and crates and all this neat stuff to throw on your tank or your military vehicles and all that stuff. But his stuff is so cool. It does cross over to our stuff. And so a lot of the car guys haven't ever heard of Value Gear. I'm going to be doing a video here. He's sending me some stuff, and he's getting ready to do a 24th scale geared towards the automotive line. Anyways, his resin is fantastic. He lives up in Flagstaff, and we've become really good friends over the years because we've just always swapped resin casting advice and stuff and help each other out. And whenever he comes to town to go over to we have a distributor here in Phoenix that we get our supplies from. He'll come pick me up and I'll roll with him across town to go get the supplies. And then we go hang out at Andy's. So I was talking to him today. He says, I got my hotel room. They're paid for. I got them. I have them. It don't matter. I'm there anyways. You have a place to stay. So you got to come. And then at the last model meeting, Mrs. BG came up to me and she says, we are going. There is a seat for you. So I got the greatest friends in the world. So I have to go. I just been missing out on shows. And so BG and I told BG that. He was like, so cool, you're rolling with us. And it's like, I got to bring something new. And I'm thinking, do I start something? And I need to get a model down and dedicate to, I'm building for this show. And I always like the idea of doing a, because drag class is always, well, you're always fighting against guys like Wayne Stevens.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We're always the West Coast here, the Southwest, we got a lot of heavy drag race modelers. But it's always you're going up against pro mods, funny cars, pro stocks, really exotic tube chassis race cars with a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
then me, who likes to do my little sportsman or stock eliminator cars and stuff. I've always wanted to build one that is just so awesome that I put it on the table with all those cars, and at least it gets looked at. At least looked at. I don't care about winning an award. I just want some of those guys who build those rails and beautiful. If they come to me and say, "That's cool," that is the best award in the world.
That's the icing on the cake right there.
To me, just getting the respect and just hey, that's cool from other model builders that you just really respect their build.
I had a similar incident at the Phantom Flasher show. I told earlier in the show, I was telling everybody that my last since the last episode 2 has been really inundated with a lot of shows that I've been trying to do at least one show per month. But when I was at the Phantom Flasher show in Anniston, Alabama, I ran across Tim Kalankowitz. And got to spend a lot of time with him talking about that awesome USAC build that he built.
That's nuts.
Oh man, it's just stupid. And if y'all hadn't watched that, if y'all hadn't watched the video, LC, you know what I'm fixing to do, right?
Do it.
Go to this right here and watch my interview with Tim and that awesome build that he did.
But you really showed it well too. That thing is crazy.
Oh my gosh. And to see it, seeing what you see on video and then getting to see it up close and and then talk to the builder, that is just great.
Yeah, that's what I enjoy doing.
When we were at the Phantom Flasher show in Anniston, I carried my Skips Fiesta Anglia gasser that I built.
Oh, that crazy machine.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, and I carried it over there and put it on the table with, to be able to set it down beside stuff, like with Tim and all these other great builders that showed up. And anyhow, but I did carry home some hardware. I took 3rd place in drag race, and I had to put it in a drag racing category. But I was on a hangout this last weekend, and Tim K, Mr. Tim Kalankowitz, joined in on that, and we got to talking about a color of a car, and I said, "Oh, my Anglia gasser was painted that color," and Tim was like, "Was that your Anglia gasser at Anniston?" And I was like, "It was." And he said, "Man, that was cool." And I was just like, oh my God. I said, "That's it. You're retired. I'm not even going to show you anymore. You done got your award."
Yeah. So, I tell you, those are the things that's happened to me so many times. And I've talked about this before. I think I talked about it with Mr. Blue Ox the other day. When I put my Grumpy's toy down, like I said, I put my Grumpy's toy and I was against I came in 3rd behind Ron Ramsey and Don Farney, just amazing model builders, amazing drag race model builders. To get a 3rd behind those guys was the awesome thing. But
it is
another thing that happened to me with Mr. Ron Ramsey again. If you're not familiar with the guy, he's a guy who actually puts on that show that I haven't been able to go to because it usually takes place during Acme. If I'm going to Acme, I won't be able to go to it. But he does it at the NHRA Museum. I've done a couple of videos on that.
Oh yeah.
And he is a really phenomenal model builder and super nice guy. I've known him for decades. Yeah. And one time we used to have this big show here called the Copper State, and he'd come to that all the time. And it was when that Revell Willys gasser came out, the John Masmanium, their big John Masmanium.
Yeah.
And he showed up with a big John Masmanium Willys. And of course it was phenomenal. and we were sitting doing at the registration table across from one another. He had it out. I hadn't taken mine out yet. And we were talking. He's showing me everything he did with it. He's like, yeah, I built that Willys too, but I did it, my own fictitious one. And we're just talking and all that. And then I started unpacking mine, and I go, and he's in the middle of a sentence, and I put it out, and he goes, oh, it's like, I'm done. I could go now. I can leave.
Yep.
That kind of stuff is always the best to me, and I never forget about it.
It is.
Which is the same Willys that I told the story about Mark Batson's mom. Like that. I don't know if you remember seeing that blue Willys. I took it to Atlanta.
Yep.
That was its final, since I'd never been on that side of the country in 20 some odd years. I thought I brought out some of my old killers from many years back that were long retired that I took to. I took to it the Acme show, as I put these 5 models down on the table, and they completely vanish because the stuff that was on the tables were just so amazing.
It is. And that's another thing, the Acme, we're going to a new location in October this year.
Can't wait for that.
I've been talking with Wayne Weber and Bob Downey a lot about this over the last few months. Wayne and I think Bob went up to the NNL in New Jersey last 2 weeks ago when BG and all was up there. Of course, they were up there having fun. Oh, wait a minute. I remember somebody during Acme last year getting made fun of. I wonder who that was. Remember? You and a tall guy? Mm-hmm.
Yep, that guy.
What was it? Y'all went fishing or learning how to do voodoo or something?
Fell off the boat. We burned houses down, blew our cars up, trying to do oil changes and practicing black magic.
Yeah, me and Matthew and Tim Brown. If y'all don't remember that video,
that was fun.
It came back and haunted us because we didn't. Well, the throttle of the power did go to the NNL, but me and Mr. Matthew did not go. We had to stay down here in Georgia and keep Georgia held down.
Yeah, you guys got to make it up there sometime. I got to go.
We are. Matter of fact, after I seen everybody's video, I fired up the phone to Matthew and Brian at Got Fuels. We were talking possibly we might try to make an appearance up there in the coming future. So
yeah, me too.
Might be road trip.
That would be really, really cool. That would be a lot of fun to all of us go up there and meet up.
Yeah, it would. And I was that close that Friday evening before the NNLs. I came home and I was like, if somebody could pick me up at Newark at the airport, I could get a flight up there and then stay all day, come back, get a flight back. I work for one of the largest airline companies in the world. Why didn't I do that? And after I seen the videos, I was just like, stupid.
Yeah, no kidding, man. Yeah, that's right. You get some airline deals, don't you? But
it was good. After seeing everyone's video and the fun everybody had and the quality of builds that was on the table to NNL, it was just, man. I was just like, I envy y'all. This one's in my bucket list. So we'll try
me
to make
too.
It out there.
That I got to make that one. I got to make, because I'm like this weekend I'm missing the GSL. It's gone forever.
That's it. This is the last one.
I missed out. I never went to Toledo. That's why I had to go to Acme. I always wanted to go to that one.
Yep, you got that one.
I gotta go to the NNL East. I gotta make a return to Acme. I want to go to Dennis's show.
Definitely that one.
And that's the MDA show.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many shows I'd love to go to.
It is.
The guys up in is it the Dam show? The Detroit?
Detroit area.
They keep saying you got to come up here. And I love to. I would love to go to those shows.
Yeah, that's why now that we're the shows are back and forth. That's why I'm trying to do at least one per month. May is going to be a 2-show month. I've got the South Carolina Modelers Association IPMS show in Simpsonville. That's May the 20th, which some of my builds will be there.
Go to.
And we have our local Hobbytown USA, and they are just great. They're great people to my channel, and I try to, get them, as much business as possible.
That's that gigantic one.
That's the big one in Kennesaw. Yeah,
Tim did.
And they're having their show the week before. So my itinerary for, let's see, this Saturday is occupied. The next Saturday is going to be Hobbytown USA. The next Saturday will be Simpsonville. So my social calendar is.
That is awesome. See, that's what I miss so much. I remember when I lived back east, there's just so many model shows. There's so much more that goes on there. We got so many that are few and far between, and these states are so much bigger. So every model show is a 5.5-hour drive for me. Yeah. And Salt Lake is a 14-hour drive.
Yeah, that's a flat there.
Yeah. I wish I could go, but the model gods said no. You're not allowed. So
in January, in January, we went to the JaxCon show, which is in Jacksonville, Florida. I met up with Matthew and Jason. They were there. They flew down from New Hampshire. And it was great to meet them.
Oh gosh!
But we come down there. They come down, but that's a 5-hour drive for us. But it's a good weekend to go and get away and hang out with my buds. That's the big.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
I could not pick up my Holy Grail kit somewhere. Not get a photograph of a model, not get a hardware, but as long as I'm hanging with my buds, having a good time, talking trash about cars,
definitely,
shopping, trying to buy trying to, not try to outspend, but I seen that kit before you did. Do you want it now? No, you ain't getting this one. That's the fun part. That's what that is, and making the friendships like we have. I mean, you and I wouldn't have crossed paths had it not been for some certain things. But when you came down to Acme, it was just like, it's a bond. We're buds.
Oh yeah, and we went and had lunch together. You and me and Brian from Got Fuels. I just enjoyed that so much. And there was someone else with us. Do I keep leaving someone out, or was it just us three sitting at the table?
I think it was just us. 3, I think. Yeah, I think we all went to lunch. It was me, you, and Brian. And I think Matthew and them finally walked up.
They walked in, and I thought, everybody was in there having lunch. That was cool.
Yeah, but that's, and then after the show, we all usually, migrate back to the hotel. But that's going to be the fun this year of the new location for the Acme show. They're moving about 20 miles up the road. But the hotel and the convention center is conjoined.
Right there.
So we go from the show to the hotel, and then from the hotel to eat, and then back to the hotel. And, it's going to be a great weekend. Yeah, and they're trying to combine it, not into a 2-day show, but it's going to be where the vendors come in on Friday night and set up.
Yeah.
And anybody, you can do your pre-registration that night. Then the next morning, the vendors are already being there. There won't be no controversy about trying to get, the early bird people in. And then, because the early bird people is going to come in a different door. And then the regular paid entries, that's coming in that day will come in a separate, another door. So it's not going to be one of those where like at the old location where everybody's doing this. So.
Yeah,
but really looking forward to that one. Really looking forward to that.
I'm aiming. I'm not 100%. I'm going to make it to this next one, but I'm really aiming for it. The one thing that I see the future of Acme is where they're at now, and I really think that it's going to rejuvenate this show. And they really needed to do this move.
It's going to get bigger
upon them, but it really needed to be done before. And it kicked them in the butt. And I think these guys are ready to rock. It seems like a great club that puts it on. That they got a lot of people that are really wanting to make it happen. They had a great crew that when I was there in 21. I really, really feel like that's going to be one of the bigger shows. It's going to develop into one of the bigger shows.
I agree.
It's got the makings for it. It's got the location. It's in a good spot as far as the East Coast, because it's pretty much from everywhere, pretty easy to get to.
It's easily accessible if you're flying. If you're coming, you can fly into Atlanta and you drive to the venue. It's probably 30 to 40 minutes up now. If you fly into Chattanooga, it's another, it's an hour drive. So lots of places to eat at.
Yeah. I'm actually thinking of, I was talking to the boss, Dennis Smith, over there in Roanoke, and I said to him,
Dennis.
So when you're coming down to Acme, you take the way of through Tennessee and go through Chattanooga. He said, yeah, absolutely. I go, maybe we could time it to where I'll fly into Chattanooga and you pick me up.
Excuse me.
Oh, that's okay. And he was like, yeah, we could do that. And that would be so much fun. And I could spend a little more time with Dennis on a road trip. And that would be something that I'm thinking about doing. Plus, I don't like your airport.
I'm there every day and I hate
don't like your airport. That's what I think of flying into, even though I can't take Southwest, which is my preferred whatever. I think Chattanooga will be a little easier on me, not so heavy on the TSA thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Atlanta is. Atlanta always is.
Leaving out of Atlanta that time. Holy mackerel.
Yep.
Wow, that place is, it's like it's really like the largest hub.
It is.
Everybody flies into Atlanta.
It's the world's busiest airport.
It is. And let me tell you, I was there. I've been to a lot of airports in my life.
Me too.
I've been to LAX, and I've been to O'Hara, and I've been to Dulles. And
I've been to LaGuardia.
LaGuardia I've been at. I tell you, I've never seen nothing like it. It has a subway. The frickin' airport has a subway you have to take. You're not going to walk to the other side. So
no.
Because I tried to at first. And I said, this is insane. And I caught the train and went the rest of the way.
Yep.
Well,
I tell you, everybody, I tell you what, though, everybody's been asking about we've been talking about the Acme show. I'm gonna do this. I've got a video about on my channel, Fred Henry at West Georgia Rods and Customs. They let Acme give me exclusive rights to come in and do the filming the first day that we got to see the venue. So if anybody's wondering what it looks like, go to my channel and I'm gonna do it again.
There it is. I tell you what I'm gonna do. At the end of this video, you guys watch all the way to where you hear the clapping and it says Full Coffee Production, because there's gonna be little links to channels and things like that, the little buttons that take you to the next video. I will have not only a button that is the link to Fred's channel where you can go sub if you haven't, and there's also going to be a link to that video, so go check that out and see that. It's really cool. A great place that they're going to have the show at. And
marvelous venue, great hotel beside of it. So looking forward. And matter of fact, if I remember correctly, it's 5 months away now.
5 months away.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
They're going from November to the end of November. They're not doing it in November. They're doing it at the end of October this year. So we got 5 months, y'all. We get to have fun again. See all my buddies. Yay!
All right. Well, this was another successful and fun bench racing. Absolutely. We talked about a lot of stuff, but we really knocked that Revell 69 Camaro out of the ballpark. Y'all
stay tuned. We'll give you some updates on it on my channel every now and then, and be looking for another episode of Fred and Luka's bench racing, and we'll show you what this bad boy turns into.
Heck yeah, we'll be doing that. And I'll have this black one finally done.
Heck yeah, get that thing finished.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, you know what, Fred? Like we always do, I'm going to have you do the call out of the show and end this baby.
Roger that. Be glad to. Remember, folks, what I always say, if you can dream it, build it. God bless y'all. Pappy and Luka out of here.
We out. And here's the producers.
Here they come.